Hey guys, Shmoove here, and today we're doing a little BG, trying to get our weekly quest done, if I can find it, somewhere. I think it's the weekly, right? Yep. Yep, so doing a BG, live commentary, I haven't done one of these in a while, but yeah, that's what I thought I wanted to do it. Why not? I'm doing them anyway, might as well say words while I'm doing them. But the topic I wanted to talk about today is that I'm depressed that we don't have monk trees yet. I was thinking surely they would do 2 this week, but it's just warrior talent trees. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. All I'm hoping is for... Hang on a second. Goodbye. All I'm hoping for is that Seth is removed. And behind me there's a warlock. Let's kill him. Let's get him and die to this hunter because it just doesn't break apparently. Going to do that. Try to get some shields going. I am going to defuse. Get all those dots on, summon Zun. Swap to this guy. Trying to do a cheeky 1v2 here. That's one. Ooh, I've got a priest here with me. Ah, no, buddy. Dude, there's been so many Marks Hunters recently. It's actually been kind of annoying, honestly. They cop your head in that range. I really don't want to fight this, to be honest. This is really annoying. Maybe we can get a Tiger Dash. There we go. Disable. Ooh, maybe. Potential here. Oh, please kill. I got a proc. I got a proc. Kill. Oh, thank heavens I got a proc there, because I don't think I would have killed. Okay. After this 3 warrior dies, let's go over what I have. So, since the talent trees aren't out yet, I sort of wanted to go over my wish lists. I've been playing a lot of Windwalker lately. Survival Hunter is just... I don't know. I've gone back to Windwalker, found my love for it again, and trying to get back into the groove. But I was watching Venruki's video today about it. I think he posted it 13th of July. I'll put it in the description. But he was going over what he wanted to see come Dragonflight and for monks, and I literally agree with everything he said. Like, this man is doing nothing but spit facts, and I just kind of wanted to reiterate on that. So if anyone who doesn't know, what he had was... he wanted old Seth, so right now with Stormwrath and Fire, it's a cooldown, but old Seth used to be about... it was a toggleable ability that you could press at any time. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. So it was an old ability you could use at any time. You could just put a clone on some guy, and he'll stay there until either it dies, or you make it return to you by pressing the button again. It was pretty good. Fun fact about old Seth, though, it wasn't with Windwalker when Windwalker launched back at the beginning of Mr. Pandaria. It was an ability added in 5.2 because Windwalker lacked cleave. So old Stormwrath and Fire was added to fix Windwalker's cleave problem. But then in Legion, they were like, why have 2 cooldowns when we can just combine both of them? Which was the dumbest idea ever, but we move. Hopefully that is brought back to its old form, because it's way better that way. He wanted Tiger Eye Brew removed. So if you don't know, Tiger Eye Brew is a Windwalker talent that it pretty much works exactly how it did before, but instead of giving you a damage and healing increase, it's a armor pen, which is strange, honestly, for a brew to give you armor pen, but it's there. You never take it because it's kind of bad and it kind of wastes a slot, but it's there. It's actually kind of a mockery of what old Tiger Brew used to be. Makes me sad seeing it, to be honest. What else did he say? Fist of the White Tiger to Strike of the Windlord. I'll get back to this, but I sort of agree. Chi Burst buff, as you can probably tell, I'm using Chi Burst right now, because with how Keith is, with how monks use Keepers at the moment, you want to press Tiger Palm when you're bursting somebody. However, that also means you can't use your Chi generator before you want to burst someone. So in the meantime, you can use something stuff like Expel Harm and Chi Burst to bring you up to that point. So you can begin bursting with Tiger Palm when you need to. He also brings up Fist Stun or shorter CD Sweep. Honestly, just bring back Fist Stun. I don't understand why we don't have it. A lot of other melees have other CC that allows them to set up. We have Incap on a 30-second cooldown, which is not bad, mind you, but the Windwalker combo with Storm with Fist Stun felt so much better. Like, I would stun this guy now. Like, it was amazing. And it also gave monks just a way to maybe combo stuns, which, you know, if you're a Windwalker, you probably want to do that, right? Whirling Dragon Punch. Whirling Dragon Punch, this ability here, baseline. Now, I'll talk about Strike of the Windlord now. So right now, Whirling Dragon Punch is a talent that you always take, because you're inting if you don't. Serenity is fun, but not only does Serenity do less damage than Storm of the Fight, it also gives you another ability to press during your burst. So you're griefing if you pick it. 100% just for fun talent, excuse me. However, what I would like to see in Dragonflight is Whirling Dragon Punch removed, and Storm Fist, what was it? Fist of the White Tiger. What was it? Strike of the Windlord. Strike of the Windlord be replaced, because right now, Whirling Dragon Punch feels god-awful to use. Because you're locked in place. Now, funnily enough, they tried to give something very similar to Sub-Rogues, which is Shuriken Storm, which does the exact same thing. But for Sub-Rogues, like the Whirling Dragon Punch, you like launch yourself into the air. They try to give something similar to Sub-Rogues and the Alpha of Shadowlands, but because the Rogues whinged out locked you in place, they removed it. Well, we still have it, and we've been complaining about it being locking you in place for God knows how long. Because the whole thing about Whirling Dragon Punch too was back in Warlords of Draenor, we had the ability called Hurricane Strikes, which was a very hard-hitting spinny move, but instead of doing like boom boom boom, like rising up, it was like a tornado, and then you could spin and like you would hit the closest target. It was really cool. But they removed that for Whirling Dragon Punch for some reason. It's 100% a downgrade, honestly, to be honest. But yeah, the whole reason Whirling Dragon Punch is there was because they removed Hurricane Strikes. But with Strike of the Windlord, you could have Strike of the Windlord replace it, because it does almost the same thing, an AoE hard-hitting ability, but it also doesn't lock you in place, which is like the big benefit, which what I would want to see from it, right? And of course, we are the ones getting targeted because we always targeted for some reason. Panda racial, you're always targeted no matter who you are, what you're doing. You could be the most undergeared man alive, but you could still be killed first because you're a panda. After we kill this bloke, there we go. So yeah, remove Whirling Dragon Punch, bring back Strike of the Windlord, and we'll be golden. Plus, I like Strike of the Windlord. It hits hard. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. And let's try to do something to this hunter. See, look, building Chi with Chi Burst. This guy thinks he's getting away, but he's a funny guy. And would you look at that? Rocket fuel leak. Always getting it. Always getting it. But yeah, Strike of the Windlord to return for Whirling Dragon Punch. I think I said it like 3 times. We're getting a bit repetitive. He also has War Responsive Touch of Death. If you've only played Monk in Shadowlands, I don't know why, but Touch of Death takes like 2 seconds to actually process that your target is below like 15% HP, and it's frustrating as all hell. I have lost so many kills in Arena purely because Touch of Death didn't like proc in time, because it's a proc for some reason rather than just being able to use it, right? Like, that guy was under like 10% HP for ages, but it only procced at the very end there. It's so annoying. So making it how it used to work, but also putting it off the global cooldown, so you just use it whenever they're below. Quality of life, just make it off global. Instant. As soon as they're below, instant, kill them. Fort Brew buff, I think Fort Brew's fine. I think Fort Brew's good. Gives us 15% HP and damage taken, plus you get a big shield with Conduit. If they bring back the Conduit for Dragonfly, it's fine. I'm not too big on that. And that was his last, I think, option. Yeah, I think that was the last thing he talked about. Double sweep. Okay, just don't touch him, that's fine. Well, this guy's gonna die anyway. That's what I'd like to say if he was dying. There we go, got a crit. Gonna Karam. Get some heals going. He rid of the Ra, he solo being the wrong guy, very unfortunate. But now we're going to glide in, I'm going to sap him, and we're going to Chi Burst into Rising Sun, kick his head. Boom! Did not crit, nothing crit. A couple of things I also wanted to talk about was a couple of passives we used to have in Mists of Pandaria, and another ability that we used to have. We had these two passives that would work in tandem with each other, called Sparring and Swift Reflexes. I'll try to put both the passives on the screen as I'm talking about them. But Sparring pretty much increased your parry chance, and Swift Reflexes also increased your parry chance, but it also gave you like a 50% chance or whatever to hit the target back for damage. This doesn't really mean much, but what it does mean is that if you've noticed, Windwalkers just run, always, non-stop. They go in, burst, and then they run. Which is very strange for a martial artist to constantly run away from their opponent. But with Sparring and Swift Reflexes, you can actually stand in and fight for way longer. And it was an amazing passive to have. It kind of looked cool because it had an animation when you like hit someone back, which, by the way, the Swift Reflexes parry animation is the exact same one as Strike of the Windlord. So they'd probably have to remove the animation, which kind of sucks, but whatever. That was kind of a quick BG, to be honest. But the last thing I wanted to talk about too, back in MoP, and actually in Legion, for the first like patch of Legion, we had this ability called Spinning Fire Blossom. Now, thinks of Spinning Fire Blossom as a chi spender, similar to Chi Burst. Now, what it did was it would send a Fire Blossom right in front of you, and if it hits something, like, let's say this is 25 yards, if it hits something there and beyond, it would root them for 4 seconds. However, if it was smaller than 25 yards, it would slow them. Which is a really good way to, let's say you see a melee coming your way, shoot a Spinning Fire Blossom and run away, right? It was just fun utility, honestly. But they also had this at the start of Legion, but guess what? In the Legion PvP talents, guess what was on the same row as the Spinning Fire Blossom? Fist of Fury Stun. So of course you are always going to take Fist of Fury Stun. You're crazy if you don't. Fist of Fury Stun is just so good. A 4-second stun on a 25-second cooldown, you're insane not to take it. So no one took Spinning Fire Blossom, and Blizzard saw that as no one wanting to use it, but that was not the case. I would have loved to have Spinning Fire Blossom baseline, or at least on another tier. But that didn't happen, and it was just shit, honestly. What else do I want to talk about? I think that's it, right? Yeah, so pretty much for the Dragonflight, for Windwalkers at least, I want old Seth being able to pick a target, press Seth, right? Send a clone, not two. Send a clone to them, and then it's infinite to until either the clone dies or you bring it back. It would just stay on the target. Like I got to attack this guy with a clone there. We're doing double damage, right? Again, it was brought in to help with Cleave, in 5.2. He has Karma buff, which is fine. I would like Karma to be an actual thing, because back at MoP and WoD, if you press Karma, guess what? It was 100% of your HP, and if you burst into Karma and broke it, the opponent would take like 10% of the HP per tick. It was insane. And it was a cooldown that you had to respect. Right now, you press Karma to give you 3 seconds, if that, right? Right now, Karma is just leg proof. If you press Karma, you're using it to like give yourself an extra GCD. It's just so dumb. Like, Touch of Karma is such a shit ability right now. Just buff it back to 100%. Like, honestly, 100. 100% of your maximum HP, and it reflects 100%. Like, just make it like worthy to respect. It's a minute and a half cooldown. If you press it, last 10 seconds, right, or 6 seconds. If you press it, people should respect it. Like Bubble, people respect Bubble because you literally can't hit them. And Touch of Karma was literally a bubble, but if you hit into it, you would take damage. So it was something you had to respect, and that was something so good because you could use it offensively. Let's say a warrior pops his full cooldowns, and you pop Karma into his Blade Storm. If he didn't cancel Blade Storm, he was going to absolutely cop it with damage. He's going to die. And that's what I would like for Karma to be again. But again, PvE players stood in fire to do DPS higher, so, you know, we get this fucking dog water ability. Again, remove Whirling Dragon Punch, bring back in Strike of the Windlord. Like, it functions the same, you have to use Rising Sun Kick and Fist of Fury to use it, but just put Strike of the Windlord here, not Whirling Dragon Punch. Fist Stun, I'd love Fist Stun, even as like maybe a PvP talent, maybe to make Turbo Fist a stun, because right now it's a parry. I didn't talk about old Zen Meditation. Zen Meditation is an ability that looks exactly like this, and Brewmasters have it, but all magic damage you take is reduced by 90%. However, if you get hit by a melee, it instantly cancels. However, if you use it just before a big hit happens, that you know a big hit's gonna come, and you press Zen Med, it pretty much nullifies that ability. Back in Warlords of Draenor, and actually Aerisk WoW has a Gurubashi Arena showcase of literally this exact same thing. I'll see if I can throw a small clip here or something if I remember. But yeah, he used it back as Gurubashi fighting against the Rogue, and he pretty much nullified his Death from Above, which is, you know, what I actually loved using Zen Med for. You can also use it to eat traps and all that in the arena, which is pretty good. And yeah, I'd like to see that back. More responsive touch of death. I talked about this. Make it off global. Make it actually proc when they aren't, like, as soon as they hit 50%. Make it actually proc. And Fort Brew buff. Like if we press Fort Brew now, we get a huge shield. So I'm fine. If this is Captain Dragonflight, you know, easy. Now the things I want to talk about. Those are all the ones that Venruki talked about. The ones I want to talk about now are the three things: the 2 passives, Sparring and Swift Reflexes, and Spinning Fire Blossom. Again, Sparring Swift Reflexes allowed us to stay in the fight with melee, because right now we literally can't. If we stay in melee, we die. It's so stupid. Also, Spinning Fire Blossom's good utility. Honestly, replace Disable. Make it disable Spinning Fire Blossom and make it cost chi. Because it's like disabling Reach as a PvP talent. Remove disabling. Just make this Spinning Fire Blossom and make it replace Disable. Easy. Blizz hire me. Anyway, guys. Thanks for watching. Bit rambly, but I thought I wanted to make a video just to talk about it because I'm depressed that the monk trees still aren't out, and it was only warrior this week, which means at minimum there's another 2 weeks of talents, and it's just monk is always last. Always. Anyway, hopefully they get it right this time, and I wouldn't like any of these. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.